first met a long time ago. How could I forget the way I felt when I first laid eyes on you?
Love is patient.
Love is sacrifice.
So we met October. It was actually called a party. It was the October Bash that was held in Nacogdoches, Texas. I think October 17th was the actual date. I was there with a coworker that came to visit her family that lived there, and that in the same night is when I met him. I think he was there, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think his grandmother had passed.
Yeah, my grandmother on my father's side had passed, and I was actually in town. I lived in Dallas at the time. I was actually in town and for a funeral, and me and my siblings, we hadn't seen each other in a while, so we decided to go out to the club, which I hadn't been to Chocolate City in I don't know how long at that time.
That was the name of the club.
That's how we met.
It was definitely him.
So me being from East Texas, I pretty much knew who was from around that area. So when I first initially seen Shantae, I was like, she not from around here. She knew. So I tried to stop her, but she kind of kept walking. And when she came back by again, I stopped her, and we kind of just started, chopping it up and talking. That's how we met.
He just said I gave him my number, but a fake name at the time. I didn't get my real name out because it was like, I'm not giving my real name out to complete strangers. I didn't know anybody there. I didn't know anybody from that town or that area. But from there is when we just started talking, communicating, and then from there we just started the journey of meeting each other.
I don't know officially when we, I guess, became boyfriend and girlfriend, because at the time she was living in Tyler and she was still going to TJC, but I would drive to see her almost every if it's 4 weeks in a month, probably 3 weekends out of the month, I'd probably drive to Tyler on Saturday and stay with her till Monday till she had to go back to school until she moved to SFA.
Because I already had told him that I was finishing up TJC, and once I finished, I was already coming to SFA because I was already accepted into the school, into their social work program. So he already knew what my future plan looked like. So he was coming to visit me, stay with me on weekends until I went back to school. And
till
I came and moved to Nacogdoches. But I don't think we had like a set moment where we called it boyfriend, girlfriend, but his visits with me just continued, and our connection just kind of started from there, and we just started going on dates. He came to Tyler. We went on our first date to Red Lobster. And I think we ended up going to the movies. We saw Avatar.
Mine is like 2009.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
We went to the Honey House.
Yeah.
Well, didn't go in because I was like, no, we're not doing that. But his visit just continued, and from there we knew we were together. We just knew this was us. It was a relationship type situation. But from there, we dated maybe, I don't know, a couple months, I want to say, if I remember correctly, before he actually proposed to me. Because we weren't dating too long in that boyfriend girlfriend era, and then he proposed to me at my parents' house. It was him, my mom, my dad, and I want to say my dad's friend that was there, and we stayed engaged for 2 years. I want to say we did agree that I wanted to finish college, graduate with my degree first before getting married. And during that time period, I was doing school. We were planning a wedding, and that was still us dating, getting to know each other in that time period of when we were engaged. But kind of fast forward, I ended up moving. I graduated from TJC. Yeah, I moved actually, right? Moved to SFA.
Somewhat after, but she graduated from SFA and we got married the next week. Yeah, the next week after.
Well, yeah.
But that's kind of what happened.
Graduated from college, and the next week we got married, and then the week after that, the next day, I want to say, we packed up and moved to Dallas.
Well, we already had some of our stuff moved to Dallas, but we officially moved to Dallas.
But everything kind of happened back to
back.
Pretty fast.
Yeah. She graduated college from SFA in 1 week. We got married the next week, and that next day we moved to Dallas, where we still reside to this day.
Yeah, since then we've We've had a daughter. We have one child. We purchased our first home together in June of this year. Lord willing, it's 13
years. We've been
years.
married 13
We'll be
years.
married 13 years, and still going strong with each other through all ups and downs, struggles, trials, tribulations, because it all comes with a part of being in a relationship, being in a marriage. But it's up to the both of us. You know, we committed to this together to continue fighting along this journey and continuing this thing that we call black love. For me, what really set him off just from anybody just completely standing out, that made me think and believe that he was okay, this is it. He would send text messages like all the time. Whether I was waking up or going to bed, it was good morning beautiful, or good night beautiful. But that became a consistent thing that I was seeing every day, and I was like, okay, this is different. I haven't felt this, or I don't know what this feels like. And I was like, yeah, this is it. This is who I could see myself with long term. And even just like seeing a future with. But when it continued every day, day to day, week to week, month to month, and throughout our relationship, that made me even more attracted to him and made me feel like, okay, that was it. This is it. He's it. I wasn't going to be, looking any further than him, based off those text messages, because it would have me starting my day really good with a smile on my face. I was always so giggly and bubbly. You can ask my mom and my cousin. I was like head over heels. I was in love like a little kid in high school. That's how it's how it made me feel. What about you?
So for me, my story is I guess a little different. So I grew up in a single parent household. My mom, my grandma. So I was raised by two women, and they always preached to me about being married, but finding the right partner, finding someone that's somewhat compatible. They say opposites attract, but you still want to be somewhat compatible. And me being a believer in God, one thing about us, we always went to church. Even when she came to SFA, we went to church. It wasn't never a headache. Then when I met her family, it was like, kind of like my family was family oriented. Some of the same values, some of the same beliefs, some of the same situations. But what really, well, how do I want to put this? I guess what really made things real, I guess, is my mom came to me one day and she was like, Casey, it's hard to find like genuine people. She said, I feel like Shantae is a genuine young lady. She's like, I feel like she's somebody that, you could be married to and be a good wife. And I don't think I ever told Shantae this, but not that I didn't think of it myself, but my mom's always been a person that if she tell me something, it has probably never been wrong. If I go against it, it'd be my fault. If I mess up, it's because I didn't listen to what she said. But kind of like Shantae said, when we first met, people really think we were brothers and sisters because
For a long time.
it never was like a forced situation, or it never was like I'm pushing too hard or she pulling too hard, or I need this or I need that. It was always just like genuine. It's a genuine situation. It's always been just still to this day.
It
just kind of came natural, and that's kind of how. Well, it's not no kind of. That's how I made my decision to be like, okay, hey, you better do what you need to do, or you might be SOL. So that's my story. That's my side of the story. So, like anything in life, you're gonna have problems, you're gonna have situations, you're gonna have obstacles, but to truly fix it or to truly understand it, I'll say, you really gotta understand the other person. She's not the same as me, I'm not the same as her. The way I feel about something don't necessarily mean she gotta feel that way, and the way she feel about something don't necessarily mean I have to feel that way. So I feel like in a marriage, it's more along the lines of find a common ground and just try to work toward it. You know, you may be mad for a few days, you may be mad for a week or two, you know, but kind of like the question we answered earlier, when you think back on when you were in our early 20s, you know, the simple stuff that made you happy, or the hard times that y'all got through, or even the good times, vacations, whatever it is, you just try to take that and, you know, agree to disagree. Or she always say, well, we agree to disagree. That's right, because I'm not 100% right, she's not 100% right, but she's not 100% wrong, I'm not 100% wrong. So we try to find common ground to, like, hey, okay, this is where we are, this is what we're going to do, let's talk about it, let's try to get it fixed, and we move forward. Because, I mean, we're really blessed. We could be living under a bridge, we could be homeless, we could be no food, you know, we could be in a lot of other places.
It's true.
So the little problems that we do have, yeah, it may be a bump in the road, but
there's no comparison to somebody else's bigger problem.
Somebody else's problem. So we kind of use that as one of our stepping stones. Like, hey, you know, is it really that big? Is it really that big of an issue? Well, maybe not. You know, so that's what it is for me. You know,
and just kind of reflect back on, like you said, those happy moments, those times that, you know, we back in the early 20s. You know, the things that we've already gone through to get to the point where we are now, and just like you said, I always say we're going to agree to disagree. I say that a lot because to me, no two people are the exact same, especially I don't think in a marriage. But that's okay, you know, because that's the part of being and knowing the partner that you're with, and that's where the communication comes in. And you know, we all have our struggles, each of us have our own different struggles, but the goal is for both of us to, at the end of the day, be on the same page, acknowledge one another, respect one another, and then just put your best foot forward as you continue to grow together, because we're in this together. He started, when I first we first started dating, there was this little, I guess a little blurb he started saying and sharing: 2 hearts, 1 beat. And I think I've always stuck with that. I know we don't really text like that anymore because we're not girlfriend boyfriend, but I always, in the back of my head, matter of fact, I think I shared that with him the other day, we were texting each other. But those are the little things that, you know, are those gentle reminders of where we started, what we've went through, what we've overcame, and to where we are now, that's going to keep us on the right path as we, you know, journey throughout our marriage. My advice to anybody, man or woman, that is, you know, maybe seeking for that special someone, first and foremost, allow God to do that. We are really strong believers in Christ, because without him, there would be no us. But don't go searching. My mom and dad always say, you know, don't go searching for somebody. You allow God to bring that person to you, because he's, you know, when that happens, it's going to be right in his eyes. And so I would just say, you know, wait till he steps in and makes that happen for you. When you do get to this person or meet this person, you begin this relationship, always be open, have trust, respect that person, and vice versa. Those things come vice versa. But as far as, you know, the marriage is concerned, don't do it because of, oh, the beautiful weddings, you know, the lavish dress, the gifts, and everything that comes with that, because it's more than that. Marriage is so much more than just that, because after that is over and done with, then it's you and your partner, you know, on this journey alone, with, of course, God, you know, leading the way. But don't do it for the likes. Do it because you actually love and you care for your partner. You share compassion with your partner. You connect with your partner. Those are the things that matter. And when you say those vows, through sickness and, you know, and health, to death do you part, you have to really mean those vows. Because for me, that's very important. I took my vows very serious, and I respect my husband. I love my husband. I'll do anything, you know, for my husband, because I know he would do the same, vice versa, with me, because that's the type of relationship that we have for each other. But do it because you really do cherish the person you're with, and you know that along your journey you won't be alone, because you have that same person walking hand in hand. And it goes back to the old saying, you know, don't be unequally yoked. That's something my mom has always preached to us. What about you?
So my advice to younger generation, or anyone that wants to be married or looking to be married, kind of like she said, don't. Everybody's not a husband. Everybody's not a wife. So don't let the lust part have you confused on the true love part. Like, focus more on, like she kind of said, the biblical part of what marriage really means, because today society is really confused on what being married really means, and like you said, the sacrifices and the ups and the downs. You really have to be down for that person, because it's not going to always be perfect. You can be the richest person in the world, you're going to still have problems. You can be the poorest person in the world and still have problems. But I feel like people today, oh, well, my husband lost a job, I'm for the league because we can't do this, or my wife don't do this because we can't do this. That's all a part of the situation. That's all a part of the journey. That's all a part of your story. You know, you're gonna have to fight for what you really want. A lot of people claim they want something, but when it comes to it, they really just talk. It's just like in everyday life. Oh, I want to be a truck driver, never go get a CDL, or oh, I want to be a top content creator and never buy microphones. Like, it's just, a lot of people talk, but if you really want to do something, just set your mind to it and really, focus on that. But be prepared for the ups and the downs.
Because a lot of people look at us thinking we
Have the
just
perfect
have it all
relationship,
together.
but
They say
yeah.
oh, they look on the outside. They see we sometimes dress nice. We go out and have fun with one another. That's not all the time, but when we do, we enjoy those moments. But they don't realize what we've gone through to get to where we are right now. We've had plenty of
Ups and downs,
struggles, ups and downs, and behind the scenes that maybe only of our closest family may know about. But I think that's what has made us stronger on our journey. Because again, even throughout my school career and engaged, newly married, to wanting to start a family, we've had our true ups and downs where we felt like, our backs were against, the wall. But again, with the faith that we both have, we literally continue to persevere off of the strength of, God, because again, that's what made us who we are now. And we tell everybody all the time, what we have now, we may have a nice car, a nice house, that didn't come overnight. That was a process over the course of these 13 years we've been on this journey together. But we always knew that we had this one common goal to, making this what we want as our own family to look like. And that's what we've continued to strive after day in and day out. And we still do. We have some things that we, want to see happen for our future because we're still young. And we're going to continue to keep striving every day. Every day we wake up, putting our foot forward and making things happen for the sake of us and our little family. But don't give up. Keep fighting. If you're in it and you really want it, don't give up. Keep fighting and continue to love one another.
And if your parents, and I say this and not to offend anybody, so I hope they don't take it offensive. If you're looking to marry somebody and your wife or future wife can't get along with your mother, or the mother can't get along, don't do it. It's a waste.
I think that's a big one.
Do not do it. My mom, sometimes I thought my mom thought Shantae was her daughter. And vice versa. Shantae mom treats me like I'm her son, But that's one of the biggest issues. I think I see a lot that people, and I know they say, oh, well, keep the family out your business. Yeah, when you marry somebody, you're marrying a family.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Now, if you can handle it, hey, whatever, go for it. But yeah, it's a hard battle.
It's unhealthy.
It's very
for
unhealthy.
You and us, as a couple. Mm-hmm.
I can say, I ain't gonna say I believe. I know for a fact that our marriage works because both sets of parents love the other person as if they birthed them themselves. It's not a question asked. It's not I can call my mother-in-law at 1:00 and, hey, can you cook such and such on Sunday tomorrow? And
she's gonna do it.
She's gonna be like, yeah, it's not gonna be no, well, let me see, or, I'm just using that as an example, and vice versa. My mom was alive, with my granny, whatever Shantae needed or whatever, you know. It wasn't no, I'm not doing that for her because blah, blah, you know. So that's.
I had times where I spent the night with just her, or me and her would be out, or you know, but she was always a phone call away. And you can tell anybody, because she would even, how many times did she say she would get into people and get into it with people just because they would ask her, do you like your daughter-in-law? She said she got that a lot. And I was even in the store with her at one point in time, and she was asked, you get along with your daughter-in-law? And she would chew you out because, you know, she took that as if, yeah, I love my daughter-in-law. I get along with my daughter-in-law because we had the type of connection in their relationship, and vice versa. Like you said, you know, he has that same relationship with my parents. You know, there's only one son-in-law. Just put that out there for the record. He is the one, the only, out of anybody in our family. He is the top one. But I do think, you know, having a relationship with your in-laws is very important. If my mother-in-law was still here today, it would still be the same. Annetta Beth, her spirit, her attitude, the way she thought and felt about me and being with, you know, her son, you know, and before she passed away, she told him take care of me and our daughter Skylar, and he's continued to do just that. But I think it's really important, like you just said, if the in-laws you see cannot get along prior to you even proposing, just rethink that, because we strongly believe that they play a lot inside of, you know, the relationship and the support that they give you guys. So I just pretty much piggyback off what he was saying. Think about it, pray about it.
It had to be my day.